Hello and welcome. In this quick video, I'm going to talk to you about the third-party community-built websites that you can use to really help you get some additional information for Star Citizen. Now, with that being said, I do recommend, and actually I give credit to CGI, the robertspaceindustries.com website. If you click on comlink, there's some really good information here. If you haven't had a chance to read through this yet, learning the very basics, watching the videos, checking out the guide system, as well as looking through the Welcome Hub, I do recommend using this as a starting point if you are a new player. But that being said, I've got 8 websites I'm going to go through. 2 are my absolute must-haves. I use these all the time. 2 I think are good to have. 2 I don't really use anymore, but they're also good to know about. And 2 kind of don't really work that well anymore, but I still like to keep them anyway. So we'll go through my 2 most must-haves first. And this one is uexcorp.space. Check out the description. All of the links will be there. uexcorp.space. I love this website. I think it's amazing. You can do many, many things here, including creating an account. And if you sign in and create an account, you can log your trades. You can add your vehicles. There's a lot of additional information you can do here by logging in. So I do recommend this. It's a very, very clean, well-built site. So starting with trade, if we click on commodities, you'll see the screen here. We can learn all about the commodities, what is doing well at the moment, what is not doing very well. Now, this data is not completely accurate. I often find that inside the game, it's going to be different, but it does give you a good idea. So, for example, if I wanted to search, let's just say RMC, I wanted to find out what it was selling for at the moment. I can see on average, it's selling for about 14,400 right now. And if I click on the sell locations on the tab underneath, I can even see where I'm getting the best price. So if I was to sell it at Lawville, I'm going to get the best price compared to not as much at somewhere like New Babbage. So this is a really, really good website to know where to buy and sell things. Not only that, you can also click on routes and you can start to build some routes. You can choose a vehicle. Let's just say, for example, I'm going to be in the Hull A. And with that being said, I'm going to, let's just say, depart from Microtech. So I just type in Microtech. It's going to filter out and tell me what it recommends me to do and what the potential cost is going to be and what my income is going to be. Now, not all of these work at the moment, given the fact that some of these sites you cannot buy. Things like RMC doesn't work at Dumboro during the current patch, simply because the trade terminals aren't registering ships. And you are going to find that often when you get to somewhere like Raven's Roost, you know, Widow's not actually going to be available and you're going to spend a lot of time waiting for it. So just bear that in mind. It's not completely accurate, but it does give you an understanding and an idea so you can start to plan some trade routes. So trading here, really, really good to find out in terms of commodities and what's there. In terms of resources, it's a really good idea to be able to check this out. You can go through and see all of the different items within the game. There's also a marketplace here, which you can check out. I'm not going to go through the marketplace. And then you've got vehicles. Vehicles is great. It's really clean. You can see all of the vehicles inside the game, including what they cost in game and what they cost in real money. You can see what it costs to pledge, and they tell you here all of the breakdowns with war bonds, so you can work out all of the details here, as well as if you was to actually buy inside the game. And you can filter by SCU, you can filter by price inside the game, when it was last updated and where you can get it from. So a really, really clean and nice system to be able to find some of these ships here that you can buy inside the game, as well as renting. If you wanted to rent something inside the game, you can see here that if I was to get the Constellation Andromeda from New Babbage, I'm going to pay 254,000. But if I was just to pop over to Orison or even Area 18 or Lawville, I would be able to save myself 50,000 credits by that simple trip there. So just really good information here to be able to understand where you can rent ships from. There's other information here, but I'm not going to go through that in detail. I don't think you need to. Also, if you look at mining, it talks to you about the different mining methods, what gives you the best yield versus best cost versus best speed. So this is really good to know. And as well as that, you can also check out the different refineries and you can find out what they take, what's good and what's bad. So what you're going to get the best from. So really, really good overall website for trading, vehicles, and also finding out about mining. Highly recommend uexcorp.space, a great website. Second on my list is Urkel.games, EAKUL.games. This is a great website if you want to customize your ships. So what you can do here is I'm just going to reset this, but if I click on here, there's different slots. I can select a vehicle. So let's just say, for example, I'm going to go and buy myself a new ship. Let's just say I went and bought myself a Vanguard Warden, for example. Now what I can do is see as stock what comes with this ship. I can also see how much this ship has in terms of firepower, where I can buy this ship from, how much it's going to cost. If I was to rent it, where I can rent it from, but you can't at the moment. And I can also click on any of these items. So for example, if I wanted to upgrade the quantum drive, I can click on this quantum drive. I can see here I've got the crossfield. And if I look down here, this is a military C grade item. I can also click on max speed. And I can see that the crossfield gives me a max speed of 235. But I could get the XL1 and get a max speed of 260. So I can start to compare now the difference between max speeds, quantum fuel, max distance, etc. to get an idea of all of these items. And then if I have this, so if I click on it, it's going to tell me how much it costs and where I can buy it from. So now I can start to build up kind of a shopping list of all of the ships that I want. So if I wanted to have a look at maybe the shields that would go on a grade A military, and I can have a look at all of these different items, check them all out, power plants, etc. Look at the overall details of that ship, and then I can also save it, and I can have 4 different slots here to give me an idea. And you can look at what it will be with a gimbal, precision, auto gimbal. So you can really get an idea of the basic stats of your ship, firepower, what's good, what works, what doesn't, where to get things. Highly, highly recommend this website. This is a really important website. So if nothing else, you should be bookmarking these 2 websites. I think they are absolutely vital to anyone who is serious about playing Star Citizen. I think they're going to help you understand a lot about the game. And I have these 2 on Bookmarks. They are always open on a second monitor, and I am always tweaking or checking or playing about with them pretty much every time I play the game. Okay, so going into the third website. Now, this is not a must-have, but a nice-to-have. This is if you're going to go into mining. So if you're going to go into mining and you want to know the different types of mining, this is going to tell you what is available. It also tells you where the best place to get this is. So if we look here, you'll see there are different signs. Very common is blue, common is green, and uncommon is grey. So it tells you if you're looking for example, Hadanite, you are best off mining on Aberdeen. If you're looking for Aphorite, you're best off on Walla or Selin. And if you're looking for Dolvine, you're best off on Clipio or Eturpa. So these planets, wherever you're looking, tells you kind of where to go. It's kind of nice to have this. It's very clean. Tells you the kind of signatures you're looking for. And also, if you're going to refine or selling, does tell you as well. There's some other things on here. Good to know, including asteroid types, different types of asteroids, what you can get from these asteroids. It tells you what's in them. There's a lot of information here. So if you're into the mining game loops and you want to know about the different gemstones, you want to know about the different asteroids, and you want to know about the different deposit types, this is all of the different stuff that you can get here. It's really, really good to kind of get an understanding about this. And it was updated for PU 3.23. So this is all up to date. So this is scminingmom.com. Nice website to have. I do recommend checking it out and keeping it as a bookmark for you. The next one has not been updated for quite some time. This latest build was updated to 3.18. So this is not accurate right now. However, it is the only website that I found that gives you decent mission information. This is tradein.space. Now, I haven't looked at anything else in terms of trade routes, maps, etc. I'm not using it for any of that. That's not to say it wouldn't be good. I'm only interested right now in the missions tab. And again, these missions are not up to date and there is information missing, but the mission system in the current version of the game, which is 3.23.1, isn't really ideal and it needs updating. So a lot of people that I've spoken to have said they're not going to update their websites until the new mission system comes out. So if you do want to know about the current mission system, this is the best you've got at the moment. It's tradein.space. And so what you can do here is you can choose. So let's say, for example, you want to look at the mercenary missions. You can click on that. You'll select your mercenary missions. And then what I tend to do is I tend to click on mission giver. This will organize these. I also tend to do by 100, and I've got 3 pages now. So if I click on page 2, for example, and scroll down, this is going to show me all of the missions that the MT protection services offer. So pretty much everything here that we can see is from Microtech, pretty much within this area. So this is MT protection services. If I want to be able to build up my reputation and get my standing up, I can see the jobs I need to do. And you can also see here from T0, which is your level 0, your applicant, it shows you what is available. You have 2 missions. You have your evaluation and your re-evaluation. Once you've done those, you'll get your T1 contracts. There is a 15k here for defend occupants. You've also got a few others that you can see here. Clear sight of drugs, which is 8k, etc., etc. So you're going to start with your T1s. After that, you're going to go into your T2s, which is remove illegal occupants from various locations. You're also going to get remove illegal occupants here as well. Clear sight of contraband. And you're also going to get a few different missions that pop up, but it gives you the idea of most of these and what they are. Once you get up to security contractor, you're going to have more money, up to 55k per job. And it's going to take you a lot longer to grind through that. But when you get to tier 3, your security contractor, clear sight of drugs, this is accurate. You do still get this. The price is correct. Defend against location against minor threats. This is also correct. Tier 4, you're going to be going for clear sight of narcotics and moderate threats. And then tier 5, serious threats. So it kind of shows you can see what you're going to get in terms of rewards, where it's going to be. And you can kind of get an idea of what missions become available. And if you pick up a mission and you see the price of it, you can kind of get an idea of where you are or what that mission is worth to you in terms of your reputation. And this is the same for everything. If it's an illegal mission, it will have a little skull and crossbones here. Again, not 100% accurate. This is quite out of date, but it's the best I've found so far to get a good idea. And if you go on to one of these missions and click on them, it'll give you the breakdown. It will show you what you get for a success, potential failure, what will happen, all of the basic information around this. And so you can get an idea here of what you need, what happens as a result. So it is good. It's not up to date, but I still recommend having it as a bookmark. It's definitely worth checking out. All right, so 5th on my list is SC Trade Tools. Some of you in this video might argue that this belongs higher up, but the reason I don't use this is because it has integrated alongside Uex Corp. So Uex Corp and SC Trade Tools are working together. All of this data from SC Trade Tools is being used on Uex Corp. So I kind of just use this instead, but this is also a good site to be able to get a lot of really good information through trading, through mining, and through salvaging as well. You can check out all of the different things that are available here. So it's definitely a good website to have, to look around, to get an idea of all of the things that are available. It's worth checking out and worth looking at this. Again, you can have a look at all of the different things. If you were in a ground vehicle or a spaceship, you can click this and see what is available, what the prices are, and you can just get a really good idea. Again, it's just another website to give you this information. It's pretty much the same information that you're going to get here. I just preferred this because it looks nice. You can see it. But again, whatever you prefer, I'm just giving you the options of the different websites for you to check out. Next website, which I think needs an honorable mention and is worth having as a bookmark, is the Star Citizen Wiki. Tells you what the live patch number is, tells you what Evo Carti is currently playing on, gives you an idea of a lot of different information that you can go through. This is starcitizen.tools, and there's a lot of really, really good information on here. So highly recommend checking this out. You can go and learn a lot more about the ships, a lot more detail than what you have on the official website. But you can go through, learn a lot about the game, all of the different things that are available here. Some of it is a bit out of date, but again, still really good to have all of this information, including commodities, all of the locations. There's just a lot of really good information to have here. So again, I don't think at the moment missions doesn't really have a lot of details. It tells you about the different types of missions. And it does tell you here kind of what they are, but it doesn't give you that breakdown, which you got from the other website. But again, just a good idea to have this as a backup in case you need it. All right, so the last 2 websites. Now, these are outdated. They're not really websites that you need anymore, but I do feel like they deserve an honorable mention. The first is redmonstergaming.com. Here's really good for things like salvage charts, mining charts. You can get some really good information from here, including some videos. Now, some of this stuff is going to be out of date. And so, again, this is like 3.18. It hasn't been updated in a while. Now, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because if it gets updated in the future, there was some really good information on here, and I do believe it deserves a mention. There's also some good guides and some good things like key bindings to consider and look through here. But yeah, Red Monster Gaming, definitely worth checking them out, keeping an eye on them. I don't know them, I'm not affiliated to them, but I have used some of these charts before. They're very, very easy to read and to understand. Again, this one is 3.22, so this one's been updated more recently. But again, just understand that they're not all the most current versions. So this is this is why I've put this to the back of the pile, because it kind of does need some more information updating on it before I can consider it a must-have or a must-use. And finally, Gallogdoco. Gallog.co, I used to use this a lot. I thought it was a great website. However, I found a lot of the information on here to be not accurate. And so as a result, I don't really use it that much anymore, but it's really good for trading if you want to check out trade routes. You want to have a look at different options. So you can say like what ship you're in, which we did before. So for example, let's just say I am in, going to have a quick look for a ship that I can say I'm in. Let's see, what are we using today? We're going to start with a starter ship there. We're in a C2 Hercules. All right, we're going to be starting from New Babbage. And we're just going to calculate a route here. And it's going to tell you all of the potential routes here, what you can earn. And again, you can check this out, see what it says. It does tell you like, here's how you can make 2 million profit. Again, I don't kind of feel like this is accurate. It does kind of tell you that this is what you would be doing and how you would do it and what you can make. I just don't know how much I trust this at the moment. I don't know how much I trust it. So just bear that in mind, that it might not be the best in terms of data. And that's why I've kind of put it on here, because it used to be really good and I used to love it, but it's kind of fallen off. So it's there as a mention, but not something that I personally use. So this is Gallog.co. So again, I'll put these in there for you to check out anyway. But the bottom two here, I just don't find the information accurate at the moment. The wiki, definitely worth having. SC Trades Tools is a good site and worth having. The only reason I don't use this as much anymore is because I use, as I mentioned, Uex Corp.space and Urkel Games are my two must-haves. And then if you did want the mission tab as well, kind of good to have that at the moment. And then if you do want this one as well, again, you don't need this one because a lot of it is here. If you wanted to know about mining, everything's available to you. So you can find it all throughout these kind of these main websites. All right, thank you very much. Hope this has been useful. I'll post the links in the description for you, and I'll see you in the next video.